Alright guys, Gen Z Ricer here, and today we got our semi-weekly portfolio update video. It's also before Trump becomes the president, and I'm not being political here, but that means a lot for the market. So this is pretty much our snapshot before he becomes president. Currently, the portfolio is worth $131,000. In the last video, I said paper hands I sold out of Kony, and the idea was to reposition my money. We sold 1,500 shares worth $17,000, and we ended up moving it into MSTY. Some people say it's the best, arguably, if not the best, dividend paying stock, and it probably is. We got 2,000 shares of it. We got an extra 1,100 shares of MSTY because we used to have 900 shares. We can look closer. $60,000 in value, $28 share average. We are green in our position, and it's 1/4 of the portfolio. It's crazy because on our first videos of YieldMax, I said I would buy 450 shares of it, and now we're at 2,000 shares. That's crazy how, we scaled into MSTY. It's high in margin, and we used most of our buying power on MSTY, so we don't got much of it left. If you include Kony, also, we're 1/3 of the portfolio inside cryptocurrency as a whole, which some people will argue is a very dangerous thing, but it is what it is. It'll either backfire or it'll be the best thing that happened to the portfolio. We didn't buy much this week in the portfolio other than MSTY. We can go to the buying power, and this is going to be very interesting now because our buffer is 35% now, which means our portfolio can drop $46,000 in value. Now, I know you guys can see $12,000 in buying power, but they give us $116,000, and we're using $104,000 worth of it. We are very neck deep in margin. It is what it is, guys. If you guys make a comment in the comment section, do not tell me I'm gonna lose my money, but instead tell me be positive. I'm already deep in margin. Tell me strategies on how you guys would manage this margin, how you would preserve your shares without needing to sell out if you get margin called. I'm trying to say, if you comment, then try saying something positive, because I already know some people are probably going to be negative about how much margin we are in. And to be clear, guys, high risk, high reward. I know what I'm doing. I got a plan. I didn't get into margin debt without thinking, right? I got some strategies. I'm obviously heavy in YieldMax with 5,000 shares, which pays weekly and pays the margin off weekly. In the event that we get a margin call, then it helps pay it off while I put my own money into it. We're saving our 9 to 5. I'm literally going to work when there's no light out yet and leaving at nighttime, I literally did a 15-hour workday last week, working super hard so I can build my cash reserves. So in the event we get a margin call, we got a cash reserve, obviously, to satisfy the loan. So yeah, we are working, and we do have plans on how we are going to navigate the high margin. So yeah, that's the portfolio for right now. But also on top of cryptocurrency, I wanted to bring something up that's bullish on crypto and Bitcoin. If you're in YieldMax, I know you're probably 99% chance that you're in Bitcoin and MSTY. I want to go to Twitter real quick, and I'm not being political here, but it's facts, right? Facts are Donald Trump releases his meme coin. He releases a cryptocurrency a couple days before the inauguration. When he becomes president, he has to make a cryptocurrency reserve, or he does it by Congress, which either way is gonna boost up cryptocurrency. Could you imagine if he makes his own cryptocurrency, so he attaches himself to it, but then becomes president and he doesn't do what he says he would? That wouldn't make any sense. So yeah, guys, I'm just saying this is a bullish point right here. Like, if I had plans to become president, so I ran on, obviously the most pro crypto administration. If I was a politician and I was running on cryptocurrency, and then before I become president, if I had no plans of actually executing the agenda, I would not be posting this a couple days before becoming president. So when I saw this at 2 in the morning, I became very bullish, because I'm like, there's no way, bro. He's 100% at this point, or let's say 99.9%. He's going to push cryptocurrency, and we're probably going to the moon. And MSTY is probably not financial advice, but it's probably gonna go to the moon, whether back to $45 or whether start giving us the $4 distributions again, if not higher. But yeah, with all investments, nothing's guaranteed, but let's hope for the best, right? Because this post right here is bullish. We can go over to the spreadsheet right now. Nothing has really changed. It's just a couple small things. You can see right here we did the math and we're currently 80% leveraged. The crazy thing is if you pull out a calculator, and I have to be very careful, right? Because our margin, so we can use $12,000 more in margin, but that's very dangerous because we're already 80% in leverage. But the thing is, our portfolio can swing down $10,000 in a day very easily. Now, if you use $104,000, our margin divided by $120,000, assuming it was a red day, then boom, we're 86, almost 90% in leverage. So we don't want to really go too much. So although in the past I said I want to go 90% leverage, at this point, I might not be doing that. But come on, guys, 80%, 86% in leverage, that's pretty high. For the most part, I did put my money where my mouth is. So if you're going to stick around for the journey, you're going to see if I find out or not. Find out if 22-year-old kid goes bankrupt on YieldMax. But yeah, anyways, you can see right here, our portfolio is generating over $10,000 per month in passive income now, which is very good. It's crazy to think about. Yes, I'm in debt, $100,000, but I never thought I would be saying that my portfolio can generate me $10,000 per month in passive income. You can see the metrics right here. We've been paid $8,000 in distributions, and currently we're 6.78% towards breaking even on our initial investment. The most critical metric here is the break-even time, which is 10.9 months. So essentially 11 months to break even on my investment is the projection, so less than a year, which is very good because the longer you have a loan, you're exposed to the market, right? If the market crashes, the longer I'm in the market, the more bad exposure I have. So the quicker I can get my capital back, it means the less risk exposed I am. So the quicker I get to break even, the smaller this value is, the better for me. It means I'm taking on less risk because I'm getting my initial investment back. You guys know in this chart, this is stuff that I'm going to buy in the future, and we maxed out our MSTY position. We're going to buy YMAX and feet so we can pretty much stabilize the portfolio. We are already heavy in cryptocurrency, so we can't buy Merconi or MSTY. We need to buy more of the safer funds. If it's green, it's safer. QQQI, SPY, and JEPQ are safe, also safer than these three. But the thing is, they pay a lower yield. Now, that's not bad per se, but we're trying to scale the portfolio quickly. So if we're already being super risky, it doesn't matter if we're going to invest 1% or 3% into SPY, okay? So this is why we're just going to go all in on XDate and all in YMAX, XDTE, because they pay a higher yield. They pay weekly. It'll just compound my portfolio quicker. I also want to be clear here, and we're not going to spend all of this in one sitting. So even though we got $12,000 left in margin, if anything, we might spend, buy 50 shares here, 50 shares there next week, and only make those our purchases for next week. This leads up to right here. So obviously, if I make $10,000 in distributions this week, the allocations would be, 6% to YMAX, YMAG, XDTE, 3%. That's how this chart works. It changes weekly based on what I get in distributions. On Friday, I was paid $2,700 right there. I put it in the spreadsheet already. So if we go back to $2,700, that's there. But the thing is, because we're in so much margin right now that I have to be fluid with the market. You gotta be smart. I can follow my chart and my numbers and whatnot, but as the market moves and as my portfolio goes up or down in value, and as the margin goes up or down, I need to be fluid with everything. So even though we got paid $2,700 in distributions, and even though we're allocating 3% to paying down the margin, we might have to change things up. So even though we got paid $2,700, we might only spend $1,400 of it. And so even though we're paying 3% to the margin, because we're not spending the other $1,300, it's more, like $1,400 is going towards paying the margin off this week. And then we'll spend the rest of it on YMAX, YMAG, and XDTE. So that's where my headspace is currently. Let's get that back to, 42. But yeah, we're probably not spending the whole $2,700. We're going to diversify. We're going to have half of it probably pay down the margin, just so we can be fluid with the market and just lower it a little so we can feel better as the market is probably going to get volatile soon. We can go to our total return tracker real quick. And so, you know, you can see all our positions right here, mainly YieldMax and XDTE. And if you guys are new to YieldMax and high yield dividend investing, then you really should have a total return tracker, because even though your stock says you're down any percentage, the total return might be green. So if you sold this position right now, Robinhood might say it's red, right? So let's say MSTY, for example, assume it's a negative number right here. Well, if you track your dividends, you include that with your total return. And if that was MSTY right here, it would mean if I sold out, it would be for a profit, not a loss. So that's why you need a total return tracker. And yeah, it's good to know that currently our NAV return is in the green and also our total return is in the green. So, you know, it's looking good right now. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you made it this far, then thanks for watching. And I'm also going to be making a Discord that I'm going to link below. We're probably going to evolve it over time, but for now, it's just I guess a community hangout. But yeah, thanks for watching.